It's Fans Corner. Welcome to it, and thank you for making time for us once again. And welcome back to our domestic football post-match analysis or reaction. It's more of a reaction than an analysis, really. We've just watched Orlando Pirates against Magesi FC in the first round of the Carling knockout, and Magesi FC knocking out Orlando Pirates by 3-2 out in Orlando Stadium. And as it is tradition in this platform, the first thing that we talk about is the crowd attendance. We saw the crowd attendance out in Orlando, not the best of attendances, we have to be honest. And I would put my head on the block and say that's the worst or the lowest crowd attendance we've seen in Orlando Stadium in the 2024-2025 season. We've seen Pirates this season coming, bringing in some serious numbers at the stadium, very impressive numbers, but that one was not one of them. It was a terrible crowd attendance, and especially given the fact that this was a Saturday afternoon game. So usually Saturday afternoon games are well attended, but this one was a poor attendance. It also has to do perhaps with the quality of the opponent, how the fans see the opponents, how they value that the opponents. If the crowd feels that this is not a worthy opponent, they'll stay at home. And unfortunately, look at what happened. Magesi FC eliminated Orlando Pirates by 3-2. Now let's get into the game itself. Now the game, what I think Magesi tried to do in the first half, and which they did so successfully. What Clinton Larsen did, as he said prior to the game, that he wants his players to play the game, not the occasion, because it's a big occasion for a newly promoted team to play Orlando Pirates, who are known as a domestic cup competition powerhouse. Their last game, Pirates' last game was literally being crowned the MTN 8 champions. So now they are coming into another cup competition on a high horse. Some would say they were still hungover from the MTN 8. Some would say they were still highly confident after their last game that they played in the domestic competition was when they won the MTN 8 champion competition. They were champions of MTN 8 in their last game, and the next game they have to start a new cup competition. So you expect that to be a big occasion, especially for Pirates, but it was also a big occasion for Magesi FC. And Magesi, what they did was to make sure that they don't allow the occasion to be bigger than the game. So they made sure that the focus is more on the game than the occasion itself. And you have to give Coach Clinton Larsen his credit for making sure that the players understand that. And if you look at how they played the game in the first half of the game, in the first 30 minutes of the game, what they did was to make sure that they absorb whatever Pirates is throwing at them, and whenever they get a chance, they break and create chances of their own. And that's exactly what worked for them. That's how they won the game in the first half, and that's all they needed, basically. And you have to question how Pirates operate when they are in attack, because I think for some reason once they are in attack, they tend to be slow at coming back to defend, or they tend to switch off their defense system. They kind of want to score a goal at all costs, and then they switched off, and that's where Magesi were able to capitalize and get those 3 goals. All 3 goals came through counter-attacks, including the penalty. How the Pirates considered that penalty was a counter-attack that was from Magesi FC. And that's exactly how they won the game. And Clinton Larsen has to take credit for that. And you also have to feel sorry for a defender, a young player, such as Sasani, conceding an own goal and also conceding a penalty in the first half, leading to Magesi going to the halftime, leading by 3-0. And that's all they needed to win the game, basically. But Clinton Larsen, credit to him, his approach to the game worked perfectly fine. The second half, we saw Orlando Pirates coming back. But even in the second half, I think Pirates started playing the Pirates way a little bit too late. But that also has to do with, remember, this is a Magesi FC that hasn't been playing in the PSL for long. So obviously, towards the end of the game, it's similar to what I said about Marumo Gallants in previous games, that they tend to get tired. These teams that are coming from the lower divisions tend to get tired towards the after 75 minutes or so, towards the last 15 minutes of the game. They tend to get tired. That's why you saw Orlando Pirates coming in so hard at Magesi and scoring their first goal in the 85th minute. So it was a little bit too late. We also saw a penalty shout from the Pirates fans on what looked like a foul to Relebohile Mofokeng. I haven't seen enough to be convinced it was a penalty. I'm not going to sit here and say it wasn't a penalty or it was a penalty. I have not seen enough to make a comment on that particular one. But what I will comment on is what happened with the offside goal, which was called for offside. The pass that was made by Evidence Mahopa, and Pirates thought they had equalized. And in fact, even before the ball hit the back of even before it was kicked towards the Magesi goal, the referee's flag was already up, because I don't think Mahopa should have passed the ball. He should have tried to take a shot. He stood a better chance of equalizing by taking a shot instead of passing. I don't know whether he was trying to shoot or to pass the ball, and unfortunately it was offside. A clear offside. Quality refereeing there, we can't really complain. And I think officiating in that game was quite decent enough, except for that particular incident of the penalty, which I'm not so sure about. So yeah, that's exactly what happened in the second half. Credit to Clinton Larsen, man. Clinton Larsen, guys, you remember he's a seasoned coach. Clinton Larsen, we've seen him coaching teams such as Bloemfontein Celtics in the past. Maritzburg United. Maritzburg United were a very formidable team during the Clinton Larsen time, together with the time of Fadlu Davids after that. I think Clinton Larsen is a seasoned coach, a coach who understands football. He has to be given credit for going to Orlando Stadium with the audacity to go and to try and win the game. And that's exactly what he did. He had a game plan, perfectly executed, and now they are through to the next round of the Carling knockout tournament. And Pirates again knocked out, just like they were in the last season. I would have loved to see Pirates go a little bit further, just so you can see their pedigree in this cup competition, because it seems like now they only win the Telkom knockout. Sorry, the Telkom knockout is actually the Carling knockout. They seem to win the MTN 8 and the Nedbank Cup. So I would have really loved to see Pirates go a little bit further and see what will happen. And this also raises some question, because remember I said in the beginning of the season, I said this Pirates looks like they're going to give us an exciting season, which we might see a competitive Premier Soccer League season, not only in the cup competition but in the league itself. But when you see performances like today's performance, it raises a little bit of questions. Are Pirates capable to go all the way, especially in the league? Because they are quite capable of going all the way in a cup competition, which is a shorter version of a football competition. So it's a bit easier compared to the league, but because the league is a long marathon. Can they go a long way? Because when you have teams like Mamelodi Sundowns there that you don't see Sundowns having this kind of performances, especially against teams that are expected are perceived to be of lower quality. So I then raise those kinds of questions, because I had hopes that I would see a very strong Pirates, which we've seen in the MTN 8. Other than that, thank you so much for making time once again. This has been Fans Corner. We meet again in the next one.